A wave is transmitting energy. The energy a wave transmits is equal to 1/2 of the linear density omega squared amplitude squared times the velocity on the string. This is for strings, the velocity of the wave on the string. Power is the derivative of energy due to time, which means it's a rate of change of the energy in time. We have something we call the intensity. The intensity is going to be equal to the amount of power per unit area. When talking about sound waves are traveling through space by spherical waves, such that the transverse area is the area of the sphere. The intensity for these spherical waves is going to be the power provided by the source times 4p times radius squared, which is the area of the sphere. Humans have a human threshold. This means they cannot listen below intensities which are lower than 10 to the minus 12 watt per meter squared. Do not get confused between the sound level and the frequency. The sound level is the intensity. The more the intense, the louder it will sound. The more the frequency, the higher the sound will be. For instance, we have a car horn, a motorcycle, all of these in the wide region we can listen to them. Human threshold is below 10 to the minus 12 watts per square meter. Now here we're using for sound level a scale which is called the decibel. A bell is a logarithmic scale. We state that bell are the logarithm of the intensity of sound over the initial intensity, which is the human threshold. If we use decibel, then it's 10 times the logarithm. Decibel is going to be equal to 10 times the logarithmic scale of the power over 4p squared of the radius over the same power, this is radius 1, 4p radius 2 squared. From here we can actually state decibel cancelling powers is going to be equal to 10 times the logarithm of r2 squared over r1 squared, or 20 times the logarithm of r2 over r1. This 20 times logarithm of r2 over r1 states that the further away from the source, the lower the intensity. If here is the source and here is radius 1, if I get further away from the source, the intensity will be lower. This is usually known as the inverse squared rule. Decibel is a logarithmic scale, which means it's going to increase logarithmically. The logarithmic scale is base 10. Do not confuse with the natural logarithm.